blessing of working with Julia the first week, and I worked with Hannah the second week, and we worked on some big homes. Our first house that we worked on was Raphael, his name was, and Marta? Is that how you say it? Marta? The lady's name. Anyways, an older couple that were getting married in December, and we were getting a house ready for them. And then Miss Maria, who's an elderly lady, the second week. So just to give you some names. Anyways, God was very encouraging. To be honest with you, I had a struggle this year. It was always my favorite time, is going on these mission trips, but I just was struggling. I'm not sure if this is where God wanted me to be. I love being with the kids. I love going down. I love doing the serving. This was my time to go with my baby of our family, his last trip on a mission trip, and we just had a lot going on in our family for the last couple months. And so anyways, God was very gracious to me. The first day of our mission trip down there on Tuesday, as we were sitting down for lunch, our crew chief, which we had never done before, he said he really likes to hear people's testimonies. And there was a girl, Brittany, who gave her testimony. And it was so encouraging to me. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, Lord, this is why I need to be here. Because she's on the other side of some struggles that I've been going through and just stuff that we've been dealing with. And I could see kind of like hope. And I don't know if any of you have ever gone through struggles. I hope probably every one of us. One thing that's really kind of good to remember is that this life here on earth has a limit, whereas eternity is limitless. And sometimes when you're going through struggles, it's good to know that there's another side to them. And always remember when you're going through a struggle that God might be having you go through that struggle so you can share the other side with somebody else. And so that was a real encouragement for me when I was down there. And then the second thing I learned the second week that God really was showing me is that I'm a type A personality, if people don't know me. And I actually had a crew chief who wanted to take breaks, so, which was a good thing. He encouraged us to go down to the ocean, and it was a real struggle for me just to go down to the ocean. And I remember just standing on the beach with some of our kids thinking, Lord, you are so good. Just to hear your waves, and it's okay just to stop and just to enjoy who you are and your beauty and your creation. And that was such a blessing to me. Those were the two big things that God really showed me. And then where's Rod?
Down here.
Wow, okay. Then the third thing I have to do is I have to give Rod this. Here, Rod.
Oh, thanks, Kim.
Yeah, the kids know why I'm doing that to him. I feel really bad because he lost his in our airport. After security had to frisk him and everything else. So anyways, I'll let him share that when he gets done. So anyways, thank you for letting us go.
Hi, I'm Scott, and I'm a sinner. Just say hi, Scott. Thank you. I'm super nervous as well, but I'm thankful, so thankful that I got to experience this impactful, awesome, powerful trip with these amazing children of God. So thankful. Maybe unlike Kim, I knew that this is good timing for me and where I should be, especially with my babies. I'm so thankful to have that with them and these amazing people. These guys, this group, and these kids, they did Sauk Prairie proud, and more importantly, they did God proud, because I know they were down there to serve Him. So just what did I learn? I've been kind of walking through the desert, I guess, as you say, for a year or so, kind of wrestling with God, and you might not be surprised to know that I'm not winning that match. He's definitely better than I am. And it's kind of been an experiment for me this year to kind of feel like, what's it like to not live like with God more as your focus? And I don't recommend it, I guess. I kind of lack a little bit of joy there. So God has encouraged me these last couple weeks to return to Him and just buy in, kind of like I tell my wrestlers, and just give it up and buy into what we're selling. And that's what God's telling me. But just give it up, buy into me, and He's going to ask me to go back to making my profession a mission for Him rather than just a job or just trying to be successful. So I thank God that He has that door open. Hopefully I won't be too stubborn to keep moving back towards Him. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Julia Ballwig. At the beginning of these first 2 weeks, sorry, I get really nervous and my voice shakes. I'm not crying, guys. So I really struggled with being on the trip. I did not want to be there at all. My sister was just about to have a baby, and I really missed not being able to be there for her, and all I wanted to do was just practice for track because I was just so angry at myself that I hadn't made it to state this year. So I really struggled the first 4 days, just being there and being happy. I enjoyed the people and everything, but I wasn't there and putting my heart into it. On Friday of the first week, one of the staffers came up to me and she said, "Julia, I think you'd be a great addition to our summer staff when you graduate." And in that moment, everything was just gone. I had no more anger, and I knew this is what God wanted me to do when I graduate. This is His plan. So the next week, I spent as much time as I could with them, learning what I could, seeing what jobs I could do, and it was the most fun I had on the trip, which, who wants to have fun working, but, and I had shared ideas with them that I just had been laying on my heart of trying to mission to our high school and starting Bible studies for our athletes or just other students, and they've been helping me to figure out ways I can do that, and so if you guys could pray that could just happen, that would be great.
Hi, I'm Hannah. And so the theme this week was limitless. And so as Rod said, the limitless of God's love and His glory. And I'm going to talk about the limitless invitations that God has for us. And the relationship we can have with Him. And to share those invitations, we need to live life on a mission. We shouldn't just do it for that 2 weeks that we've been there. We don't have to go far away. There is a mission field in Sauk Prairie. Everyone needs God love, and we don't need to just share it through words. We can also share it through our action.
Hi, I'm Olivia, and first of all, I just want to thank you all for the generous donations and all your prayers, because without you guys, we definitely wouldn't have been able to go on this trip. And second, I just want to thank God, because without Him, I definitely wouldn't have been able to go on this trip. So this trip was crucial in my walk with God. And before the trip, we were deciding who was going to go in my family. And we had decided that Zeke and my dad were going to go. And then we were all sitting there, and I was contemplating what was going on. And then I heard God say to me that I needed to go on this trip. And I sat there and I kind of went back and forth with Him, because I don't like going away from home for more than a week. And I finally got up the courage to say, okay, I need to go on this trip. And so they signed the first check for me to go on the trip. Working for others on this trip was definitely the right thing. And when you go on a vacation, you just, go there for your own joy. But when we went there, we were helping others, and it felt really awesome. And the people I met will forever be in the back of my mind, and I will never forget them. This experience was something I will never forget, and I would do it all again in a heartbeat.
Zeke. First off, I'd just like to thank all you guys for your continued support through prayers and donations, because you guys all helped make this possible, and I know we're all really grateful for that, so just thank you for that. But anyways, so this trip taught me a lot about God's unending love and power, but I'd say the biggest lesson I learned was definitely about just giving control of my own life to God because He has the best plan. So one day, a few people on my crew, including myself, were going to go out to do some evangelism and tell people about Jesus. And well, I'm kind of a shy person, I guess. So I was really not comfortable with it. I was kind of freaking out. And on top of that, I was expected to be the translator for them. And I mean, I know some Spanish, like my dad's a teacher, and I take classes, but like I was not confident enough to just translate for native speakers. But so I was kind of melting them down a little bit. I was freaking out on the inside. But then I just kind of felt God like speak to me. I just heard Him say like, okay, pray. So I just prayed to Him. I just asked Him for just help, that He would just be able to let me trust Him more and just fully give up control to Him and allow Him to work through me, because I know He'd take care of me because I was doing the work He wanted me to do. So after that, I just felt a huge sense of relief. He just gave me a real sense of peace, and I was able to go out and help spread His word and pray for some people and spread His love, and it was just an awesome experience. So yeah, thanks again for all your support of this trip, and we're just really grateful for that. It was an awesome experience.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, I'm Grant Brotherton, and two things come to mind real quick. I'm so thankful for AC and Puerto Rican fruit frappes. But there was a lot of things I noticed this week with God. I was doing roofing both weeks, and actually I worked on the same house. And let's just say that house wasn't level or straight, or, well, there's a lot of things wrong with it. So it was just having patience and trusting God that His plan was better than mine. Getting the same house, because I know I was a little disappointed getting the same house 2 weeks in a row, because I just kind of wanted to try something different. But it was cool because the first day we got there, no one really knew what they were doing, because they was an all different crew. But I kind of knew what was already going on from the first week, so I was able to kind of help them and show them so we could get started quicker and knowing what to do. So it's just having patience with God in the heat, because if you don't know, it's hot down there. And I burn super easily. So just all the heat and the bug bites and sweating, all that suffering that I might think is suffering wasn't even a fraction of what God did on the cross for us. So it's just kind of cool to see that overall I can have a better attitude for what Jesus did for me. So, thanks.
Hi, I'm Corey. I'm last. Yeah, so I had to work on 2 houses. They were last. My second week I had to work on my mom's house, and I realized how much trouble they were having because everything was not level. They had like walls that are all over it. And the person who we were building the house for was a carpenter, and he was like overseeing everything that we were doing, so we couldn't move that fast. So I had to work on my patience. Sometimes I'm not a really patient person. I want to get things done, but then you have to work at the pace of the homeowner. So that was fun. And then we also did some evangelism over there. We walked out to a little street corner, and we started praying there, and our crew chief was praying that someone would come out and that we would have people to talk to. And when we were done praying, we looked up, and there was a person in their doorway to their house, just waving to us to come over to pray for our house. So that was fun, like instantly answered prayer. So we went over and prayed for her, and then we like walked down the street, and then there were like 3 more people there. And it's like, oh wow, God wants us to talk to them too. So we talked to them and got what they wanted to pray for, and then we kept going, and then there's like a whole family cleaning the house, and we talked to them. It's just like, well, God answers prayer, and you can answer them really quickly. And
One more thing, Hannah?
I just want to thank Rod and for all the work he did. I know that you love us, and it definitely shows.
Thank you, Hannah. There are at least 787 more stories to be shared. And I invite you to have conversations with these folks after the service here. Ask about Powerade, ask about the waterfall, ask about sparkling algae. All lead into stories. Mostly ask and continue to ask them the question about how God worked in their lives. Pray for us as we re-enter normal life back here in Sauk Prairie, that the lessons we learned will be applied to our lives here, as you've heard here. The desires of our hearts are to do that, to walk with Christ, to follow Him, and to share His love with other people. So thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. Thanks, team, for a great week. You did us proud.